Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Story Time with Og. That's me. I'm Og. Do you have a favorite book? Or if you are an adult, did you have a favorite book growing up? Well, there is a very good friend of mine living in California, and she had a favorite book growing up, and her favorite book was, well, it's probably the same as some of yours, but Where the Wild Things Are. Ooh, uh, by Maurice Sendak. Ooh, very cool book, and I'm sure some of you have read it. But today on Storytime with Og, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to read it to all of you, but especially my good friend Chris in California. She is having a little trouble with her eyes. She can't see as well as she used to be able to. So I was wondering if you all would do me a very big favor. If some of you have this book, maybe when I'm reading it, you can read along too. Or if you don't have this book, we'll just read along together. And I think maybe through some kind of magic, she will be able to hear it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think so. All right, well, let's read Where the Wild Things Are. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it. And there's kind of monsters in it too, because Halloween's coming up, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's read it together. Okay, now let's begin. Where the Wild Things Are. I read this book a long time ago, I think. Look, there's monsters right there. Oh, they look scared of him. I think his name is Max. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. Oh, look at that. He's scaring the poor little puppies. Oh, he looks like he drew himself as a monster on the wall. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Oh my goodness. Go to bed hungry. Oh no. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Oh my goodness. And grew. It's got big feet. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. He's a pretty brave little boy. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Ooh, there they are right there, the wild things. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Can you show me your terrible claws? Terrible claws. Till Max said, Be still, and tame them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Oh my goodness. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, Let the wild rumpus start. Oh, I guess it's time to party. Yep, there they go, dancing to the moon. I wonder what kind of music they're listening to. Hmm. Oh, there they are hanging from the trees like little monkeys. Oh, now they look like they're in a parade. They're walking along. He's like, oh, I'm the king of the parade. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Oh, that's mean. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. Oh, yes. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But that was a tough decision. But the wild things cried, oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And Max said, no. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. 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 Goodbye to you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Oh, like there, right there on the table. I bet his mommy put it there for him. And it was still hot. Oh, my goodness. What an imagination that little boy has. Oh, my goodness. I hope you enjoyed Where the Wild Things Are. And I hope you did too, Chris. My very good Chris in California. So, my very good friend Chris in California. And I hope you're feeling well. And I hope between me and all the children in the world reading this book all together, and you heard it and you were able to enjoy it just like you did when you was a little girl. Thank you all so much for coming to Storytime with Dog. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.